Hello, I'm back. So, I'm going to try something I haven't done before. I could not watch Doctor Who at all. BBC iPlayer would not let me watch it. I said it wasn't my internet connection because I had an issue with my internet that I fixed beforehand. And it wasn't memory because no matter how many tabs I closed, it would still only play a few seconds and stop. If it's a memory issue of your laptop, it means that then the more tabs that you close, the more it's like, okay, I can cope better now, I'm going to play more of the episode. But that was not happening for me. And I love meltdown. But I won't post now if this goes well, because there's no point. I don't think there's a point in posting a non-reaction video and a reaction video. But obviously, if you say in the comments that you want it, if enough people say that you want it, she probably won't, because it's my channel. Like, I'm lucky if one person watches my videos. Stop asking me every time if I have a TV license. A TV license is a year long. I'm not going to stop having one throughout the year anyway. Oh, exciting. Right, here. So I'm going to watch Doctor Who on my phone, which is better than nothing. I'm not going to complain. It's just a tiny screen for such a big event. Let's put you on full screen. Let's put auto rotation on because you don't seem to understand it. You need to fill out the screen. Where's auto rotate? There it is. And just like that. Before I press play, warning, you're probably going to hear a lot of coughing and I see a lot of nose blowing because I'm sick. I have cough, which is getting on my nerves. So I haven't been able to sleep the past few days. I spent 4.5 hours last night not sleeping. I went to bed about midnight and I got up at about 2 PM. So 14 hours in bed, but not because at 3:30 I was like, since I can't sleep, I'm going to do something productive. So I spent about 4 hours clearing my phone memory so I could update WhatsApp. And then, then I went back to bed. So I guess in total that's 3.5 hours plus maybe 6 hours in bed, so 9.5 hours, which is a type of sleep I was looking to get. I was hoping to get up at 9, sleep for about 9 hours. But straight through, not interrupting myself with coughing fits and not being able. I was exhausted. I was really sleepy. I was really tired. So it wasn't not tired enough issue. I was so tired, extremely tired. Every time I went back to bed, I just like sort of fell to bed because I was that tired. But I just couldn't sleep, unfortunately. So I've been really sick. So I was really looking forward to watching Doctor Who today. Meaning that I was really upset that I couldn't watch it. Therefore, if auto rotate comes on, without further ado, I'm not really thinking about the fact that I'm watching this on the phone because I'd rather watch it on the phone I need to watch it properly. I don't think I've got. Oh, maybe I do have some glasses, just a minute. I don't think I have any. And also, I can't quite remember how the sunglasses strip is supposed to work because, but they're not very solid. I came across a YouTube video talking about it and I was like, oh yeah, I tried it, it worked. But I can't remember how it worked because the last time that I tried the sunglasses thing, it didn't work. I think you need to be stared. I mean, it's not going to work as how you're supposed to. I think it's meant to be that way, but that's not going to stick. How am I going to watch this? How am I going to watch this? This is not. This doesn't want to stand. It just doesn't like standing. Am I going to have to hold it for the whole thing? I guess I have to. I don't really have a choice. I'm going to have to hold my phone for anything. I can't eat or anything. I have nowhere to place this though. There's no way it's going to stay in there. Just get rid of these wires. See, oh, covering me. Let's get out the Doctor Who book. Maybe it's one screwdriver. Or maybe hold it with just one screwdriver. If all would be enough. If I take out the Doctor Who official quiz book, hashtag not spawn, I won this a few years ago. Which was great because I never won anything. I used it at a Doctor Who party. Don't do that. Right, I'm going to remove this disc in case of any damage. I already had to pay for this one because my original Goblet of Fire disc stopped working for no reason, because Azkaban is actually my most played Harry Potter DVD, but that's got no scratches on it. But Goblet did, so I had to get another one for £1. So yes, I was not going to pay full price for another one when I already paid full price for the full box set. So let's do this. I'm just going to push it like that. Come on, auto rotate, you can do this. I know you can. I'll put you on full screen. Right. Doctor Who, Series 11. Hopefully no buffering this time. And again, this is what I mean, it's not my internet connection. This is the same internet. And I test this with a new show called Click. A new series, and this show was on, I think, last year or the year before. But they've got a new series, so it's not my internet connection. Otherwise, it wouldn't work here either. Let's see what I meant about the coughing. Anyway, I'm going to shut up soon and watch the episode, so hopefully my cough less. I hope I don't need to leave right now, but if I do, it's fine because I know it's not live all there because it's 9:39 PM now. The episode aired at 7 PM. I started trying to play at 7 past because I did have an internet issue. It was showing like with an exclamation mark, so I wouldn't have internet access. I fixed that. Telling you it wasn't the internet. This is further proof that it's not. I'm not using data. I'm using the Wi-Fi. It's the same Wi-Fi. I don't have a different internet provider for my phone than for the rest of the place. It's the same internet, same Wi-Fi, so I knew it wasn't my internet connection. It's not. It's PVCI player being annoying. So without further ado, the screen's just kind of which means I have to press thingy again. 8 minutes into the reaction video with no reaction so far. I should put in brackets in the title, skip to 9 minutes in. This is hopefully about buffering this time. Doctor Who Series 11, Episode 6, Demons of the Punjab, correct? I'm not going to come out of full screen. I think it's called Demons of the Punjab. And this is my initial reaction to it at 9:40 PM. So I believe that makes it 2 hours 14 minutes after it aired because the VCR player is crap. Here we go. Hopefully, my speakers aren't great either. Oh wait, I might have to watch it flat. Which is. I don't think it's much better. I'm gonna have to watch this before I use it. I'm watching Doctor Who in the casserole. I'm watching it in here to try and get slightly better audio.
That's a nice cake. The first woman out in Pakistan, did you know this? And I was the first Muslim woman to work in a textile mill in South Yorkshire. Grandad taking me down to every Wednesday night. Oh, I so miss that man.
Is my brightness not fine? It is. That's what I mean, it's better on the laptop, but I'm not going to complain. I'm going to shut up and watch it. I'll watch it and not watch it too. Subs, please. Because it's very quiet, even in here. Okay. Surround, shielded sound. Oh, you have to. So. I missed a bit trying to get the subs on, so I'm going to rewind.
I so miss that man. Now, I want to give you these things before the situation. Now, this is from letters your father wrote to me when he was away. Don't read the documents. Sonia, this is a present to your grandfather. I can't remember why, but it's nice. Now, yes, my favorite granddaughter. What? What? I've told you about that.
Mummy, it's so cute. Because she's the mummy and she's saying mummy. I always find that cute.
Never fixed.
So.
Why not? I don't want to talk about it anymore. Only please, you won't understand. I have such stories I could tell. Well, you want to hear them, really. If you don't tell us, we won't know. Your life's our heritage. When you're older, maybe.
She's already old.
I know you're asking. The family history is very tricky. Just for now, see you from a distance. What's the point in having a meet with a time machine if you can't look back and see your grand when she was younger?
When she was younger?
Like that time or place. I know she lived in Lahore in the 50s. But other than that, really good. She did. Unless too predictable. What? It's a risk. Oh, well, none of our other trips have ever been risky. I have apologised for the death I turned to army. Seriously. Listen to the types of telepathic kids. This thing's telepathic too. Don't call her a thing, Graham. And yes, she does have telepathic navigation, sort of. Shorthand for a very complicated process which is way beyond your understanding. So very much only in the land even inside. Dr. Bassett all sorts of fragmentary spatial temporal particles through his life. The TARDIS can read it, like date stamps.
I want to know what she's wearing on her head and all.
I've never been there before, now one off the bucket list, as long as there's no killer turtles. Yeah, I'm well up for it. 1 hour. No interference.
Hearing. We all know how this goes. Huh? Hunt, like Cambridge. I'm going to try not to talk too much during this reaction, because even in the casserole, it's still very quiet, and I want to hear everything that's going on, even though I've got subs on still. So, I'm also ill, so the whole thing is the reactions are downplay to what I'm actually feeling. What's going on? Oh, indeed.
What just happened? Oh, sure. I didn't like it at all. Sorry, mate. Just getting out there is nothing now. Yeah, no kidding. Punjabi's not bad for foreigners, though. You need to be careful. These roads are safe,
yes. TARDIS translation mechanism.
I'm actually looking for a woman by the name of Umri. Right, Umri. What for? Fabulous. friends? We're on our way to say hello. Bit of a surprise. Okay, yeah.
The doctor doesn't like it. I can tell she doesn't like it. What's going on? I need to know what's going on. No, you're not alright. What did you intercept, Doctor?
Pretty much right now. Why isn't it safe on the roads? Running transport now, friend. On the road in the saddle. And take one more. What's wrong with your feet? You young people. Always such a rush. Walking served you all my life. I'll be there. Don't you worry. We'll be ready. I'm right. It's gonna kill me.
He's not walking back now, he's still standing. Is he really going to get there on time wherever he's going? Is he the bad person? Maybe he shouldn't get there on time then. Maybe he should just keep standing there. Oh, Jodie Whittaker. Oh, she makes my heart sick. Oh. She's like the crush I don't currently have. It's like if there's no crush in my life, it's fine. Like, I'm sorted, and instead I have a woman crush. Jodie Whittaker.
I'm so happy to see you. So yes, we should probably explain who we are. Sorry. Yeah. Excited. Uncle Mally. You know, Uncle Mally. Those alcoholics. Exactly. Well, the one grew about 15 valleys over, and that Uncle Malik's third cousin's older sister. Yes. And these are my friends, Ryan, Graham, and the doctor. Hi. All the way from England. I'm looking at yourself right now. Right. It's just, we weren't expecting you, or anyone. Uncle Malik's not kind of the wedding he's announcing. There's a wedding, which is why I'm here. Bringing wedding best wishes. When's the big day again? Tomorrow? Amazing. I can't wait to meet the groom. You already have. Remember me? Can't, well, marry, humble. You know my wedding in the Punjab? Bring it up. Oh, you have to go to a wedding every day in Punjab. Hey, do you need a singer? I'm out with the classics. Well, like his stuff, don't ever let him sing. Just wanted to convey our best wishes. And then head off. Hi, I thought I saw some people on the cards. Sorry about his driving. My baby brother thinks he can do anything better than me.
Is that a watch?
I'm Manish.
Is that how she wanted it? But was that?
What's happening?
What happened?
In the announcement. Well, I've got advanced information.
He looks like Greg James, but not white. He looks like not white Greg James. He honestly looks like Greg James.
It's not as friends that he knew it. Like also, he doesn't look anything like the photos. It's not him. No, she should like that. Yeah, she doesn't like the photo. The friends found her watching Anna gave you in the future. So what? She had a secret Indian first husband. Don't come on my regular house, nigga. You can't go. I came here for answers. Of course, no questions. You knew this would happen. Anyone help me with this? I'll help. I'm Yaz. Thanks, Yaz.
I was like, oh, you defied me.
Right there. Tell her come. I'm too nice. This is what happens when you try to be nice.
Yes, it's true.
I'm not so worse than doing that. Yep.
I like this. This is nice generation, Doctor. After Chaff 12, Doctor. What? I interrupt.
Officially got a bit about to die.
Oh.
So what? She had a secret Hindu first
went back too much, but it's hard to rewind in a casserole. That's a really weird sentence.
Right there. Typical. I'm too nice. This is what happens when you try to be nice. You want to not listen to me. Yep, yep. After a match today, and an escalating criminal violence, the Punjab has finally released the specific details of the border that will separate the two countries. What borders are we talking about? Pakistan. Today, India's officially cut into pieces. It's the 17th of August. And still you want to go ahead? Nothing changes, love. We knew this was coming. Sorry, don't misunderstand you. What year is it exactly? Same year you have in England. 1947.
That's the partition of India, 1947.
3, 2, 1. Is it for the celebrations? Big celebrations. Welcome to the border, where India ends and our future begins. What are you doing? Yes. Quick sidebar. August 1947. Partition. The borders have just been announced. India, Pakistan. It's not just the one that gets divided. Rioting in the cities. Tens of millions of people about to be displaced. More than 1 million about to die. I figured that hours were up now. You can't know the borders. It's only just been announced. The maps were leaked weeks ago. I got one from my sources. Your sources must be wrong because you've just put my house in Pakistan. With the other Muslims. What? You get a fresh start. Manish, you need to slow down. Pakistan is somewhere for Muslims if they want to go. I'm not saying you have to go, but Pakistan is being created for Muslims. Hindus have India, we both feel safe. No, two sets of half brothers, that's simple.
Isn't
But I get you have hard decision if you're married.
Yeah, it does.
The land belongs to everyone. I've done for centuries. One day doesn't change that. I love you, brother. And you're wrong.
Oh my gosh. This is Palestine, Israel. This is what this is. It's simple. Why don't I hear a lot about issues in India and Pakistan? Is it just diluted news? Or more stuff being said about Palestine than into Pakistan? Or being communicated? I don't know. But I don't know very much about either situation. But it sounds similar. Pardon me. That guy then? Where did he come from?
I don't think so. They move faster than your bullets. What were they? Acting?
Why?
What's your name on the road? It's a holy man. I said it. Everyone knows him as Acting. Irene and I asked them to bless our marriage. Why would they do it?
You why would you do
No,
that?
I also don't understand this. You just saw something not of this world, and you took it right in your stride. Why is that, man?
Oh, when? You were fighting? You were a soldier.
Who are you? You say you're on rich family, but clearly you're not. And you remember those demons like you didn't care. I don't think they're demons. Why should I trust what you think? Because we've got experience with impossible creatures, and because we ask questions like, what is this substance on his body?
What is the substance on his body?
You think that's what they used to kill him? Some sort of fart dissolving poisonous dust?
De les prendre contre
I don't understand.
personne.
So what would we tell the others back there? They don't have to know. As no one thinks the marriage is cursed. Irene doesn't need anything else to worry about. Manish. Who knows what he thinks these days? I was away from him for too long. But you know what? By the time I got back, Manish wasn't my baby brother anymore.
What would he?
You'll have to find our own way. Some of us need more guidance than others. This fella
Why'd you say that?
Why don't we go and get rid of to help? But not let our happen. lives.
But according,
A dormant optonic engine.
it's not tonic. So that's just number 8. An engine in 8 parts or 8 engines?
So what it comes? Oh, what that means? I'm coming with you. No, I know this, Boris. I can help. Yes.
That was too quick.
The wrong way in the wrong moment. You can interfere yourself out of existence. Do you understand? You know there are areas here, right? In the Punjab trade partition, and you're worried about moving of it. Treads to flame. You're treading on your own history. I like this. Traipsing through the forests alongside the British, looking for the enemy.
Oh?
Got enough of that. Although, maybe you're my enemy now, but the mess I just made of my country. Carving it up, slapdash in 6 weeks. Gonna run up home now, are you? I'll make it over your thoughts and get someone to look at it if I ever bump into him again.
Mountbatten. I know that name. Philip Mountbatten. Oh, the Queen's husband, right? Am I getting confused? The Queen of England's husband. Why does it look familiar? Oh my gosh. Oh. Is it transferred away?
We're in the forest and now we're...
What?
Spaceship, alright. I can't read or anything. It's beautiful. Yeah, you're right. It really is. If it's a fight here, humans. Yeah. You think they're here? I'm getting any life signals. Maybe they're out. Shopping.
But maybe they're not life signals. Remember the headless monks? Daisy Magic says that. Oh.
What is it? Exactly what I wanted. Craft spec. Species data bio-ID. What?
Yeah, what? What did she see? Doctor?
This is a Vajarian hive.
A Vajarian hive?
Vajarians are assassins. So that's basically a lab.
Yes.
I've never come across them. They're one of the ancient species. Evolved themselves into the deadliest assassins in the known universe.
He was the target.
Why that?
Yeah, why?
Vajarians target a holy man in the 1940s. Wait, you said you'd seen them before. Where?
Don't talk about it.
But you have to.
I don't want any of this.
Please just talk about it.
Maybe the doctor's right. We can help you. What will happen to us? Where did you see them? In Singapore. Our section had found a boat to escape on. Outside of the canal. I wasn't going to leave without him at my side. That's why I saw the demons. Standing over my own.
Oh no. What's going on? I don't get their reasoning for doing this yet. I'm having to be a bit patient. I don't think we're halfway yet, are we? Almost.
Why are they here?
Wait, are they?
Why did we bring demons on ourselves?
Are they demons? Oh. There's always a more rational explanation than demons.
You can't.
Good question.
Hey, look at this.
Hmm.
That on the wall and that's what you stuff that they used to kill him.
Taking a look at that. Inches of
Just the hard. The heart is sacred.
Do you have to push your words into our heads like that? 'Cause it really hurts. I know, well, but actually, it's you who are desecrating this planet. I know who you are. I know what you do. And it's not happening here. Leave these people alone. They're under my protection now.
Ooh, fierce doctor, I like it. Ooh. What? Where? How? Where's it go?
Miniaturized transport locks. Clever. Also, confiscated. See ya!
What just happened? No idea. But the doctor said get out of the forest. Come on.
Are they in the same forest?
Did you? Doctor told me the scriptures. How did it go? We're not exactly sure.
Where's Prem? And your other friends? See if we can find out any more about what happened. First. Oh, this is a rather terrible omen for you. Thanks for that.
I'll get the cart. Bring his body back.
I'll help you prepare the burial. The Prince and the family.
I don't know what to do. Bhakti had agreed to marry us. Not many could agree to a Hindu marrying a Muslim right now.
Then you can't go ahead with marrying Prem.
You think I give up that easily? I've seen war take our young, and drought take our old and weak. Now men without a clue are imposing a border like a crop through my country. Prem is the one certain thing in my life.
It's must be scrambled in your head.
Just a bit. What knew Anna's story? She inspired me. If this is true, if this is her life, then she lied to me.
Yeah, but maybe she was just giving us a woman's allowed to have secrets even for her granddaughter. And you've got to remember, guys, that girl in there.
Pardon.
You know, yet. It's only later she'll decide how to tell it. I honestly don't know whether any of us know the real truth of our own lives. Because we're too busy living from the inside. So just enjoy it.
I mean, you don't have to access to memories. So.
Easier said than done.
Well, no, I get that. Look at us. The things we're doing, we're igniting.
The doc. Oh my gosh, this is Back to the Future.
No one will ever believe us. Especially now. Sounds like trouble.
The doc. I love this. Yeah, I like this very much. What's she even carrying?
Disrupt our work.
Good. Now who are you here for?
We don't answer to you. You must leave. Or we will stand over your corpses.
They have too many ads, I like it.
Is it me? Are you here to kill me? Take me. I promise to leave the others.
No, not going to happen.
Both of you and dealing with this. I've just nipped 4 new transport box out of the forest. Good trick, by the way. Forcing people back away from the boundary. Clever. So clever I'm using it myself. Against you. Locking you out of this farm.
Ooh.
them for now. I'll make a temporary transplant line around the farm. I'm hoping it'll keep them out for the next few hours. Enough time for you to get married and for us to keep everyone safe.
Are you serious after what's just happened? See what's happening. Bring demons tonight.
I don't think they're demons.
Well, I do. I'm in Manish.
How many hours? 12? 18 at a push. I can't be sure.
Tonight we celebrate, and we marry first thing. And then if we have to fight them, we will. Come on.
Still not interfering, are we? Oi! The alien assassin started it. We can't be now. If something happens to me, your whole timeline could be erased. No Yaz. We can't have a universe with no Yaz.
No, we can't.
Whatever's in here. Tell us more. It's too deep, mate.
Why? I can't. I've got a cold.
Whoa! It's overloaded my Sonic. Too many inputs. Has that happened before?
It's his honey Sonic.
How's it going along?
She needs some
I need
water.
oil, water, tree bark, a saucepan, 9 containers, an old newspaper, a touch of oxford, a chicken poo, and a biscuit.
Why is it not chicken food? What biscuit?
What biscuits?
I need SWAT team ready to mobilise. I need SWAT team ready to mobilise. Street level maps covering all of Florida. A pod have caught me 12 jungle dodgers on the fairs. Get him his maps.
The ox took a bit of a shine too.
Yeah, it's very memory of. It's good at. I want to watch that again. Anyway, focus on the set.
Are you coming or not? What's that?
Part of my demon repellent.
That Barbie got by tomorrow.
Definitely.
So come on, women with me and Mum, men over at Mum's house.
This is the best thing ever. Never did this when I was a man.
She's very confused.
Jokes? Yeah, that's right. My references to body and gender regeneration are all in jest. Such a good
Oh, this is so funny.
So, how long have you known Brad?
Our whole lives. We grew up here together.
Oh,
Our families have worked alongside each other for generations. I can't believe it's happening. I waited so long. All the time he was away from us. I was terrified he would come back. But he did. And now I see my life mapped out with him. Our home here.
that sounds nice. Can't imagine that happening to me, but it just sounds nice. Hmm.
I heard guns in the distance. Motor vehicles, gunshots.
It's a long way away.
It's not too
Well, I'm getting hot, so
still finding good Muslim man.
I'm gonna take away the sick button.
Are you joking?
Look at the misery that follows him. They don't even have a priest. What sort of respectable wedding would it be?
Why does she
I don't
despise
care
him so
about
much?
traditions. I don't care about respectable. Wait. You're a doctor, right? That's respectable. You could marry us.
Don't be ridiculous. I suppose I could. No, doctor. I haven't officiated the wedding since Einstein's. It's Harrison. Non-denominational.
I mean, to be honest, he did marry his second cousin,
Everyone says
so,
in the future.
you know,
We make our own traditions now.
You're wrong.
that's the thing.
But we won't get involved.
Nice. Again. What do you mean now then, right? You know what they say, no friend. Unlucky cards, lucky love. You think he's lucky?
Yeah.
I think he's lost his mind, maybe. We're going to stop that. You'll have to forgive him. Spends too much time with his pamphlets. Listening to angry men on the radio. You love me now.
Aww, brotherly love converse.
Sometimes I don't recognize that. Canard would have understood. He said he was only fighting for you lot so he could get rid of you. And now it's happening. Don't marry tomorrow. It's good woman. You can't live together here. India's not a home now. India's a home to all of us. We didn't change when a line was drawn, but we did.
Why'd she say that?
I need air.
She's going to officiate. Molly's not on Granddad.
Well, if manager's nothing to do with it, there might be anything too efficient. And these alien assassins, we still won't know their control.
What happens here? Why did she never tell her family about any of this? This dust is the densest organic material you can imagine.
Most dense?
Carbon, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, billions of DNA fragments, and loads more.
Oh no, please don't tell me you stopped her. Oh no, that's not good at all. Doctor! Oh, that's not very good at all. Where'd she go? Is she back in the place? She's back in the place. That's not very good at all.
Is it me? You've come to assassinate me.
Well, you are not assassins.
Firstly,
But you are.
I much prefer it when you put me. It's like you sound, so thanks for that, at least. Secondly, don't lie to me. I know the stories of the assassins of the jar.
They've changed.
What? Changed how?
Our past is no more. We are no longer assassins. Now we are witnesses.
What do you
I
mean?
don't understand.
We honor the lost as we cannot honor our own.
Explain.
What's wrong with you?
As the assassins hunted, the Fajarian world was destroyed. We returned to find nothing.
Right?
This is all that remains of our home, our people, every ancestor. All one dust.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
They died unwitnessed, unsaved. We were too late to grieve or pardon. But we who returned gave up 100 generations to sift, to remember the nostalgia, the unlearned. In time, it was all revealed. And now we travel beyond, seeking the unacknowledged dead across all the time and space.
Oh my gosh, and they're doing this on Remember on Sunday.
To bear witness to those
This is going to feel comforting to a lot of people. I think.
honor life as it
I don't know.
passes.
I don't really understand the war
As each
things.
one passes, we commemorate you.
That's what Pam saw you do to Kamal. What you were doing to the homeland. But why here? Why now?
And if you didn't kill them, then who did?
Casualties in a partition.
We read the time waves.
But why this holiday? Why this land?
Yeah. Who's that?
His time is soon.
No.
Give him a day. Just give him this day, please.
You leave them
We
alone.
are not gods. Events sit as they will. We only witness. The fixed force of time cannot be stopped.
Of course you know, Doctor.
If you didn't kill Holland,
Yeah, then who did?
if you were only honouring his death, how did he die?
We can show you.
I'm not sure I want to see this. She's originally to see it. Is it there?
You've been on ours, the Fajarians, the
That's
Temple
weird.
everything. I know what happened. And I know what happens. And you know what happens. Pam
Somebody.
dies today.
That's why she didn't want to talk about it.
You can't let that happen. It has to. For Umberly to become your nanny, for you to exist, Prem has to die.
The Fajarians are complicated.
That's not why they're here. They're not assassins. They honour those who die alone.
Others with compassion.
Umberly loses her husband on the day she marries. Of course, you never want to talk about it. I'm sorry, Yaz. We should leave. No, I want to be sure she's safe, whatever happens. I want to
It's a rose again.
Oh, girls. Yeah, me too.
We can't tell them what we know.
My friends, I woke this morning and the sight of smoke over the hills. All the villages burned. Our whole frantic. It seems these savage mobs cannot be satisfied. I urge you to stay safe and stay strong. Protect yourselves however you must.
The shower's don't help much. You still look like a schoolboy maneuvers. These are the best clothes I have. English. Things out there. Clear. Cheered and noticing the body during that. Glance a step closer. Who's the minister?
Yeah, who is?
Ordinary people who've lived here all their lives. Whipped into a frenzy to be part of a mob.
How does that happen?
Nothing worse than when normal people lose their minds.
Yeah.
Who've lived together for decades. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh.
Right, and then the line comes down the middle when you can't see them. I don't understand.
Nothing in the war.
I need to understand all these things and how they happen.
I don't know how it
Because I don't understand
It's
it.
coming from all sides.
Why do humans draw lines and
It's good men.
shoot each other for drawing them? I'm confused.
And you, friend. Good man.
Marriage indeed.
This is the spot to choose. I'm going to be the first woman married in Pakistan.
Of course you are.
You're right, sweetheart. I always cry at these. I know there aren't many certainties in any of our lives. But Umri, and what I see in you is the certainty you have in each other. Something I believe in my faith. Love, in all its forms, is the most powerful weapon we have. Because love is a form of hope, and like hope, love abides in the face of everything. You both found love with each other. You believed in it, you fought for it, and you waited for it. And now, you're committing to it. Which makes you, right now, the two strongest people on this planet. Maybe in this universe. I'm not sure how we formalize this. I am. Will you? That's the Hindu thing, isn't it? Tying your hands together. Now it can be our thing, if we want it to be. I'm not often lost for words, but I never thought this day.
Reminds me of I Can Something About Lydia.
It's been tough. People who I wish we would celebrate haven't. The drought was nearly the end of us, but we get to have this day because of Manish. You were tireless. When there was hardly any food, you took none. When we doubted we'd make it through to summer, you kept on. Night and day we worked these fields together. I am proud to have been your neighbor. I'm even prouder now to call you my brother. You kept us fed, Manish. Will you let me feed you?
Didn't work this long for you, Aubrey. I worked it for my brothers. One who didn't come back, and the other I wish hadn't.
Enough, Manish.
No,
Doesn't mean that.
look at you. Don't you understand what's coming? None of this will make a difference.
I still don't understand why he's so angry.
I'll touch you.
That's it.
Okay. So,
What are you doing?
sing with the rap. But I do a Muslim thing too. This is your matter. Yours to keep for a time.
I don't understand. Why did it fall on the floor?
Rest. It's fine. It's perfect. This is us, forever. Our moment in time.
So
I thought so.
Shoot the hole. Your brother's rifle.
Be quiet.
What happened, Manish? Did it get out of hand? Did you scare yourself? Because you were too young for the war. You've never fought or killed anyone.
I'm not scared of anything, because this is my time to fight. Fight for what I believe.
Killing a man because he might marry a Muslim and hate him, and then pretend you knew nothing.
Take your friends with me. If you want to get out alive.
What have you done? Who's coming?
Future.
But then how can that be her grandfather? This is not a good time to need a loo. It's 1:40, it's 74. Okay, I've got a bit of time. I will hear if I can hold it in for 6 minutes.
Listen, all of you. There's armed men heading into track. They have to leave now.
They want the land.
We're not going anywhere.
This is my home. My husband and parents are buried here. I'm not going to abandon it to thugs.
Where's Manish?
He's leaving me here. He killed the holy man with your rifle. Of course.
Mum's right. This is our home. We stay.
If you stay, you'll die.
Why have they come for the land? I don't understand.
Go to the house. Get everything essential and get back here.
I'll help you.
But then how can she marry him instead? How is that possible? I could never forgive that person.
My dad brought that map home from the market one day. One night I said, I'll put my finger on this map, and wherever it lands, I'm going to go.
And you landed on Sheffield.
Such an exotic word. It's in England. Do you know it?
Stop talking. We have to leave.
Sheffield. How can he leave them against his family?
Move out.
I'm not leaving you here.
I'll just let them know to be sure you get here. They're all behind you.
It's too
We
dangerous.
won't.
It's nothing. Across the field. Over the border into the forest. Keep going on. Please walk.
I'll come with you.
No. These are demons I have to face alone. taking the land for people who don't belong. This is our home. Everyone's welcome here. Consider holding that. There's nothing holy about a man who would approve your union. Better he die than defile himself. Really? I know. We fought together in Siam. We made a good team. And now this. I'll look through one. We are your people, Prem. India is your country. You and Kunal fought for this. This is not what I fought for.
This is what happens. People fight, and in the future, everyone else decides what they fought for, whether it is right or not. No. All of this, just because a line was drawn. Why do people draw lines? Can everyone stop with the line drawing? Oh. Draw a circle. A circle around the earth. Just colour in the whole sphere. But never, ever, ever draw lines. This is what happens when you draw lines.
This is a terrible design. Was it a good wedding at least? Yeah. What is the matter, Betty? You look quite like India. Of course. And you're happy with how your life turned out? Why would you be asking that? Tisha Germany. So many countries. So many years. Can't even begin to imagine what we've done with. And you want to be chef with our foreign houses. I love chef you. Really? Well, not quite as exotic as I thought it would be. It gave us stability, a life, a home, and it gave me your mom, and it gave me you and your sister. You want to know about the watch? Really? No. Tell me another time. How have you known me? And I love you too, Beauty. something is very wrong here, Claire. If anything happens to us, or anyone else here, you'll have me to answer to.
Okay, so parents are too low. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional to that one actually. Oh gosh, I didn't expect that. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. It's horrible. Oh my gosh, it's. I feel like I'm gonna just have to end the reaction here. I'm finding it hard to articulate what I am thinking. Oh god, yeah, I'm just gonna cry. So, well, I'm just, everything's banking on me getting better at the moment. I'm gonna write a blog post about Rosa. I only haven't written it yet, started it at all, because I was busy when I planned to do it. I got ill. So that's great, fantastic timing on the illness. So, waiting for myself to get better to get to that one, and I'm gonna go on this well, because I can't really unless I give myself a minute. I'm gonna play some royalty-free music while I go to the bathroom, because this is a straight upload, it's not an edit or anything, and so that I don't get a copyright strike on YouTube over here. And if when I come out of the bathroom, I can string some words together on thoughts and feelings, then I shall do. So otherwise, I'll leave that for the blog, which will be a different thing, because the blog for me is for articles. For me to write as a writer, this would be quite a personal piece, and so is the Rosa thing on here actually. Oh, I just had a shiver, so that's great. Royalty-free music, maybe like elevator music, royalty-free music, literary hip-hop beat. Here's some hip-hop for you. Enjoy that. As if on cue, I have returned. So, well, I'm currently just a bodiless voice at the moment.
Welcome to the world of Happy, where wooden toys run on fun.
Bye, Happy. Right. I realised that is the weird transition of that episode, my reaction, then hip-hop music. Yeah, sorry about that weird transition, but I need to play something so it's not just weird, awkward silence. Oh, who went to the bathroom? Words. I see what. Oh, already an hour 9 minutes in. Right, I'm gonna keep this as brief as possible. But the thing is, if I get this out eloquently enough, no need for a blog post. So I already said everything I feel. Right, I'm worried. I'm thinking. Is that how it happened? In that, obviously not with actual umbrella, etc., etc. But by the way, if your heritage is Pakistan or India, and you know a lot about this, or if your heritage is not Indian or Pakistani, and you know a lot about this because your history education was much better than mine, please feel free to school me on this in the comments. But what I mean by is how it happened, I mean, did people actually just turn on each other within a day? It's plausible, to be honest. It's human beings we're talking about here. Just trying to make sure I don't choke when I speak as much as possible, in as little time as possible. Because we're an hour in and 10 minutes. So if you're still watching, wow, kudos to you. Especially if it's recording properly and not doing what I did with my other stuff. I don't know where to put this now, because I really need to rewash it. No, I've put my dirty phone inside it. Right. Yes, I'm worried about that. I'm worried about the potential that people turn on each other. I mean, this stuff really affects me. I've always been confused by war as a child, which is why I spent most of my childhood thinking I wasn't human, that I was another species. Sometimes I still think that, to be honest, but it was a huge portion of my childhood. It was like a non-stop feeling of, I'm not human. I can't be, because these human people, they have this thing that's very important to them and that they see as like the utmost important, best thing in the world. Well, not as the best thing in the world, but as a crucial thing in the world, that it's at the very, it looks like it's at the very core of humanity, and I don't understand it. Therefore, I conclude I must not be human. That was like my conclusion. And people have tried to explain war to me, and they've all failed miserably, or as much as they might have tried. They just failed because my brain just can't compute. It just doesn't. There's no way that war goes through my brain and comes out as, yes, you make sense, tick. Never. It just does not get processed through my brain as a thing that makes sense. It never does. An example is, someone once said to me, if someone comes into your house, what would you do? Tell them to sit down. No, but like, if you don't want them, tell them to leave. What if they don't leave? I don't know. And I don't know what I end up saying. But the point is, like, I wouldn't bomb them, because then I bomb my house as well. So that's humongously moronic. So if I'm going, I don't want you here, it's my house, but then I also bomb my house, then I don't have a house either. So that's not even stupid, that's overly stupid. It's just moronic. In my opinion, it would be stupid for me to just blow up my own house just to prove a point of, you can't stay here. Well, neither can I now, because I don't have a house anymore, because I have exploded the area that it was on. It's stupid. In my head, again, you can try and go, yeah, but this, and I'm not going to understand it. I'm going to be confused, flabbergasted by it. It doesn't, there's a bit where it like there's like a, I don't know, like train tracks, right? And then the wall is just going along, and then it just goes off like somewhere else. It just doesn't go through nicely in a way that's like, yep, you've arrived at your destination. Like, I don't know where you've gone, but you're not anywhere. That's it. You make sense land. It just war in my head. It never works as a topic that I understand. So it's hard trying to also explain my emotions and my feelings on this, because I understand that I'm probably talking to normal human beings who understand the concept of war, who get it, who understand why it happens, who think that it's normal for wars to happen, and that's just a thing that humans do, and they're probably going to therefore end up offending those people on Armistice Day or War Days. I think it's called Armistice Day. See, I'm not very good at the war things. They just flummox me. I never understand them. I just never get them, and it makes it hard for me to try and put this in a way that won't offend anyone. So all I have to say, and I don't mean to be one of those people where they're like, oh, I'm not racist, but proceed to say incredibly racist thing, but I'm going to have to, the only way I can manage a situation of me being just terrible at understanding war and me about to comment on war is to be one of those people, and I'm therefore but obviously I'm not going to try and be as offensive as possible. I'm going to try not to be offensive, but if I end up saying something that you think is offensive, please understand I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just flummoxed by the whole idea, and I'm therefore interpreting this as a situation of, this is just what I see, please see that. So this is a, I don't mean to offend anyone, I'm really sorry if I do, and I'm gonna try and be tactful about how I say these things that are coming up. So it's been 5 minutes and I spent them going, I don't understand war, I hope I don't offend anyone with what I'm about to say. Hopefully that I'll just spend 5 minutes now. Okay. My mother's calling me. I have to call her back because I'm filming a video. I'm just gonna put this on vibrate so I don't get a copyright strike when I'm just getting a phone call. So I'm definitely gonna wrap this up quickly because I need to answer that phone call. Right. So I said I'm worried about potentially they just turn on each other in a day, which is very plausible because humans. But I think a line was drawn. They did that in Africa as well. They colonized the place, right? As you do, you just go around and colonize places. Congrats, do you want a medal? And then, oh crap, we've wreaked havoc. Let's think. Oh, let's just draw lines down the middle. And there's, oh, but there are tribes. Oh, we don't care. Let's just draw lines down the middle. And these are the countries now. And then, so this is where people go. And then, oh right, there are issues now because people are being put where they weren't before. But the lines down the middle. Stop drawing lines. Stop it. That's what I've concluded from this episode. People should not draw lines. They should just colour in the sphere and just have it. Just pretend it's still Pangea. I don't understand this obsession with drawing lines, especially not ones that you've taken a blooming ruler and just gone, are you insane? Why are you doing these silly things of drawing lines just to part things? It doesn't make sense to do that. Now there have been different reasons for people just trying to separate countries like that. One of them that I brought up during the episode is Palestine, Israel. Again, as I don't know very much about the situation, it has been covered throughout my time in school a few times, but I think because I don't understand war, there's this thing that happens when anything war related is discussed where at some point my brain does switch off. There was a module I had in my astronomy lessons. It was history of astronomy, and as part of the history of astronomy is paperclip. You know, it's like, let's get some scientists, let's get them to build something incredibly dangerous, whether they like it or not. Stupidity at its highest level. I don't know why people do that. Let's get people to build a dangerous thing. Okay, science. Okay, smashing atoms together. I usually say, for science, not in this blooming case. Food sakes. Just don't build dangerous things. It's stupid. Anyway, so obviously that's part of the history of astronomy and physics as well in general. So we covered that part, but I found it hard to remember what order things happened in because it was the order of war. So my brain would just switch off in those. I would try so hard to stay engaged, but it was so hard to do that because I'm trying to stay engaged in war that my brain has class as a completely and utterly stupid and moronic thing to happen anywhere in the world, right? So they were my literally. It was my hardest module, I think, throughout the entirety of my degree. Okay, there were some technical modules. We had research modules, practical astronomy modules, so technical thing. But no, that was easier. That was fine. The most difficult module for me was the history of astronomy module. I think it's history of astronomy 2. I think it's the second year one where we went into the war stuff because it's part of the history of astronomy. So obviously we had to cover it. But like literally, it was the hardest module for me to try and stay engaged in. It was so difficult because I just don't understand war, and I don't understand why people don't just talk to each other more. I said this to someone actually, who I no longer speak to. I wonder if this is why. Just saying, I went off to uni, and every holiday for a bit, I would come back and text these only 2 people from sixth form that I'd stayed in touch with, and say, hello, I'm back, want to hang out. And yeah, she never replied and said that she was available. And there was a time when I called her. It was definitely her number because it was saved as her number. But I got a reply, and I was like, oh, hi, or whatever it was. So anyway, the person on the phone, who also sounded like her, said, sorry, wrong number, basically. I'm just going to get a drink because I need it. Don't mind me just dying. And if you can see any labelling, is it simply? Oh yeah, that's the old water bottles. Not the ones I bought today. In my flash. Yeah, hashtag not sponsored by Lidl's own brand water. Obviously, why would I do that? I'm not important enough to get sponsored anyway. But just in case you're new to this channel and you think this might be an off video, maybe this person's popular. I'm not. There's nobody sponsoring me to do anything. I just have a cold and need to drink lots of fluids. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I was with what I was saying. Bottom line, I don't understand war. other bottom line, history education is really annoyingly, I think, terrible. Well, mine was, the one I received wasn't great. And we did some history stuff in blooming English class. It's like, and some things are washed over, but we study World War II a lot. And I think it's history of where you're studying. It shouldn't be. I think history classes, unless termed otherwise, unless it's called French history that you're studying, if it's called a history lesson, you should be learning the history of everywhere in the world as much as possible. There are, I think, 263 countries in the world, I think. So, fine, that stretches the curriculum, okay, but still, if you're sticking to just America and a few countries in Europe, that's not good enough. You need to go everywhere so that we understand the history of everywhere. That's education. That's gaining of knowledge. So they're just doing it wrong, okay? They should let me have a go at restructuring the curriculum. Because clearly I know what I'm doing. I don't know, but honestly, I think history education needs to be better. So this episode was good for me learning about the partition of India and what it actually was. So I've heard about it, but I didn't know what it was. It's one of those things that because a lot of people, especially of a certain age or of a certain background who've had a certain level of education, will know about it, or sometimes it's in their heritage. They think, oh, everyone knows about it. So it's like, oh, you know, the partition of India, but they don't explain what it is. And some people do that thing that I hate it when people do, because that's how you make sure that nobody ever learns about anything, which is nonsensical if you want people to know more and be more cultured about the world around them. It's like, what do you mean you don't know about, for example, let's keep going with the partition of India. And we're like, what do you mean you don't know about the partition of India? It's like, if they don't know, they don't know. Just educate them. Don't make them feel bad for not knowing something. Because the fact is, everyone has different levels of education. On top of that, people say, oh, you know, read books. There are loads of books to read. How do you know I don't want to start with the slave trade? Or I don't want to start with just the 1920s in general? Or I don't know, I'm picking a random year here. The year 500 BC. I don't know. So I'm still schooling myself on stuff then, if I'm doing that. I just haven't got to the partition yet, which I haven't been schooled on, for example. You know, so I just think people should not say things like that to people, because I find it annoying, because it's like, just educate someone. And if you don't know either, then you shouldn't be saying, how don't you know? So hopefully you know. Just take that as an opportunity to show off your clearly vast knowledge, since you don't understand the concept of someone not knowing about it, you know. Just don't expect everyone to know everything, because everyone's not going to know everything. There are too many things to know about in the world, especially when it comes to history and all of the wars, etc. Because humans are interesting as a species. They're just like, nice planet we've got here. Let's ruin it by tearing it up with war. It's nonsensical, but I think it's nonsensical. It bothers me to no end. Anyway, I should return my mother's phone call. Oh, hello. Yeah, you were on your way out anyway, so it's fine. I'll plug you in a bit. Too many emotions. But I need to finish this video by not just talking about the wider context and where that leaves us and what we should do. Stop drawing lines. Stop drawing lines. Honestly, stop it. Just talk. You have mouths. Oh, that's where I was. Gosh, I'm turning into my mother. Right, I was talking about this person who did not. Apparently, I had the wrong number, even though that had always been her number. But it's like, if that was then therefore no longer her number, then I would guess she'd pass it on to someone else, who should then go, oh yeah, I know so and so. Sorry, this isn't her number anymore, but this is her number now. Anyway, yeah. Maybe she doesn't like me anymore because of that disagreement we had, which is fine. Disagreements go two ways, and sometimes you're taking it in a more chill way. You're like, oh, we just disagree about this thing, and that's fine. But the other person, unknowingly to you, until they tell you that it's not their number, even though it sounds from their voice like it is. They've taken they've taken it the wrong way, but you haven't. So I'm not sure how to start actually. It was on the days, in the days of me having a Facebook account. I know. Now that I'm not dying, I'm going to keep talking. Thankfully, those days are over of me having a Facebook account. I'm going to make sure they never come back again. But there ended up being a thread of comments where I have to go from my memory here. Obviously, I don't have an account on Facebook anymore. And it was something like, basically she kept talking about how I'm not sure if she was saying Palestinians or the Israelis or whoever should be able to defend themselves, and I was saying they wouldn't need to defend themselves if nobody was shooting each other. So if you want, the pacifist approach was being looked at as a rubbish approach, and I ended up quoting Doctor Who somehow. I say somehow, I always end up quoting Doctor Who, and it's not just, hey, I'm just going to come here and quote Doctor Who. Anything is very easily a Doctor Who quote. It's been on for 55 years. We say food and you're quoting Doctor Who these days. So yeah, and also they're fitting. And I kind of got told off for that, like as if like, I can't remember exactly what she said because it was a while ago, but as if like the quote didn't have a place. And I was highlighting like, okay, yeah, the Doctor's not real. That's the point. We're in such a crappy situation in the world at the moment that I'm bringing up a quote from a fictional character that would potentially be the only one to save us from this mess, who can't because he's a fictional character. Doesn't that click in your... No, it didn't click. Nothing clicked. But it's a typical thing of some people being so set in their belief that they're not actually listening to your argument. They're not listening to it. They're reading it and it's just, oh yeah, that's that thing that I disagree with. It's not being processed. But maybe it is being processed, and my argument for them is like war is for me. So maybe it like goes along the track and then it just blurs off somewhere, and it's just something that they can't process in their brains because that's how their brain is wired. Maybe that's it. So war for me, it just goes off the track. And then pacifism for them wears off the track as well. So it's like, no, like people should be able to defend themselves. Of course people should be able to defend themselves if they're under attack. But you know, that's the point. People need to defend themselves if they're under attack. If they're not under attack, if people stop warring against each other, then, oh look, oh wow, like literally revolutionary idea here. Call the Nobel Prize people, tell them you found someone to nominate. Oh wait, nobody will have to defend themselves if nobody attacks each other. I know, revolutionary idea. Call the Nobel Prize people. Tell them you found a winner. It's ridiculous. That wasn't something that she got to. And then someone who I no longer speak to as well, but didn't do a pretending thing. Well, he did for a while, but in the end, it was clear. Because at the time he was being friendly. Or pretending to be, I don't know. It's confusing. But he jumped in and tried to highlight my point. But yeah, she never got it. But this is this situation here of you know. That's what I brought up then. I said we have mouths to talk. Why don't we use them to talk? If we've got different languages going on, if we have language barriers, there'll be someone to translate. Usually there's someone to translate. What we have to do though is rely on the person to not be a crappier and mistranslate, because if someone's got their own agenda, they don't actually like what's going on, they could say that you said something that you didn't. But if you get someone who's, pardon me, not like that, they can translate accurately what you're saying. You can talk and you can sort out the situation. And I said, if a fly comes into your room and you don't want it there, you probably like try and shoot it away, and if it doesn't go, maybe after some time you lose your temper with it, and then unfortunately you squat it and you feel terrible about it. Some people probably don't feel terrible about it, like, oh, just a fly, but some people probably do after a while. And then she I find, I don't know why, but a lot of people don't understand the concept of analogies. And I'm like, I haven't had the best education because, number one, I didn't go to private school. I've been state educated, and that doesn't mean automatically that you have a crap education. But I did not go to the best state schools. So I didn't go to a private school, so I didn't go to the best school. On top of that, I did not go to the best state schools. There are great state schools. I didn't go to the best ones. I just didn't. So how can I understand the concept of an analogy, but most people don't? I don't really understand it. It's really rather confusing, to be honest. How can I be like the gosh, I'm gonna pretend I'm not. How can I be the not best educated person, but I know that? So my analogy was the fly analogy. So you'd probably like end up squatting flies, but if it's a person, we have no reason to kill each other because we can all communicate with one another. We don't speak fly language, so that's probably how that situation arises. But we do all have languages that we can all speak. We just do. So there's 0% of a reason ever for any violence to ever take place, ever. And guess what I got back from that? Are you calling them flies? Oh, for food's sakes, I'm literally not calling them flies. I'm literally saying the opposite. I'm saying they're not flies. We're not flies. None of us are flies. We're all people who have mouths. Flies. We can't talk to them. We're all humans who we can all talk to each other. It was ludicrous. But anyway, but for me, it was just like a disagreement that we had. But I think she took it to heart and decided not to talk to me anymore. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't her number anymore. But I don't think so, because it sounded like her on the phone. But I just had like a second doubt when she said that. It's not the person, it's definitely her. When she said that, because you get that of like, oh, this person said it's not her, so then I guess it must not be her. But there was no, when she started speaking, I was like, oh, this doesn't sound like so and so. It was like an afterthought. So yeah. I understand war is different for everyone, and for most normally functioning human beings who don't have my weird semi-human brain, everyone gets it, and everyone gets fiercely protective of everyone's side, and maybe this is therefore going to be a controversial episode, but keep in mind where we are at this moment in the world and where we should be and how far apart we are from it. I always say world peace is not going to happen in my lifetime, and I say it's never going to happen at all because I'm realistic about what humans are. Humans equals partition of India. Humans equals Palestine, Israel. Humans equals let's look at Africa. We've just colonized the place over, and let's just draw lines on the route. There we go. These are the countries. That's what humans are. But this is why I struggled when I was a kid. Humans equals Mother Teresa. Humans equals Gandhi. Humans equals shows like blooming Doctor Who. And then I just got really confused. I was like, which ones are the humans? And it's like, it's all of them. And it's a very confusing state of affairs to be in. So there is hope, and it means we can get halfway. I don't see us ever getting full world peace. There's always someone who's just going to try and blooming trip you up. And there's going to be, I don't understand war. Like I said, there are going to be people who don't understand pacifism. It goes off the rail as well. So, sorry to be very frank, I don't think we're ever going to get world peace on planet Earth with humans at the forefront. At least this type, the humans that we have now. If there's like a new generation of humans that have like a human plus timeline. No, not like Melody Plus. I've been rewatching Doctor Who, so that's why I've got more Doctor Who in my head. Not that I don't usually have it in there anyway, it just sort of like stays there. I think I've got a Doctor Who section of my brain. But yeah, that means I've got it more now because it's more recent. I just think even if pacifism doesn't go through your brain, like war doesn't go through my brain, just picture the world that you want to see and think, are you doing what you should be doing to get there, to get that world? Are we doing what we should be doing to get that world? And if not, talk to someone about it, because you have a mouth to talk with, and you have a language to talk with. And if you don't speak that language, somebody else will. You can translate. Even old languages, some people speak the other. That's why they have these documentaries when they go and see tribes, and they still have the translation underneath, because somebody speaks that language from that tribe. It's not impossible, but it is, because humans. But just, I think this upset me, because it was really emotional, because it just tapped into somewhere that it just really hurts my heart, the whole war thing. I don't understand it, as I said, and I don't understand why it has to go on, and I just wish it would stop already. I wish someone would, if there was a stop war button, I wish someone had pressed it already, because I am fed up about hearing about nations being torn apart. And literally, I've had enough, to be quite frank. I can't stand it. So that's what I think. But I need to finish. I'm talking about the episode itself, direction, acting, script, etc. In one word, it was powerful, and I can't wait for next week's episode. But I hope it's not this upsetting and emotional for me to watch, especially as a watching thing. I ended up starting watching the episode 9:40 when it aired at 7, because I hope iPlayer sorts stuff out so I can watch it not out of a casserole. And I can watch it better. So that's what I think. I'm going to leave it there. It's been an hour, 38 minutes, 50 something seconds. So if you're still here, oh my goodness, thanks. If you therefore liked this reaction video, then click the like button so I know you liked it. If you didn't like it, that's fine. Click the dislike button so I know that you disliked it. And this is open for discussion. You can comment your thoughts on the episode below. You can also subscribe if you want for, I don't think I'm going to have one next week, I'm not sure, but I definitely should have one for episode 8, and then one for episode 9, and then the last one. So subscribe for more reaction videos. They will be coming. And hopefully I won't feel like I'm dying in the next ones. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. See you for definitely Doctor Who Series 11 episode 8.